would like now to show you some of its features. From up here, the first thing you notice are the two dome-roofed buildings. Each of them houses a 900 megawatt reactor. They form part of what is called the nuclear island. Behind them, the two large yellow buildings contain turbines and electricity generating equipment. This is called the conventional island. The nuclear fuel, when it arrives, is first placed in here, the nuclear fuel building. In this ball, the new fuel assemblies are stored until they are needed to be loaded into the reactor. Here is also where the used fuel assemblies will be temporarily stored. The radiation level of fuel assemblies which have not been used to generate power is extremely low, and I am completely safe standing here. One fuel assembly has the energy equivalent to 1,000 truckloads of coal. There are 157 fuel assemblies inside the reactor. The fuel assemblies are transported underwater from this ball via a transfer tube to the reactor. This building I'm in now is known as the containment building. It is approximately 60 meters high and has 900 millimeter stressed concrete walls, as well as a 6 millimeter steel lining. When the power station commences its operation, this area will be completely sealed to make it leak tight, and nobody will enter until it is time for the next fuel reloading. Below is the reactor vessel. It is 12 meters high and over 200 millimeters thick. The reactor vessel cover has been removed in preparation for the first fuel loading. In order to shield operators from any radiation, this area will be flooded with demineralized water before the loading and unloading of fuel assemblies. Inside the reactor vessel are control rods. They can be lowered or raised from the control room so as to regulate the power of the reactor or stop its operation instantly. Inside here is the pressurizer. It allows the temperature of the water which circulates through the reactor to be raised to over 300 degrees Celsius without boiling. This is why this type of reactor is called a pressurized water reactor. The pressurized water then passes through the U-tubes in each of the 3 steam generators. Here, the secondary circuit water will turn into steam on contact with the U-tubes. This steam is then used to turn the turbines in the conventional island, and electricity is produced. All phases of electricity production are controlled in this main control room. Here, operators monitor the reactor and all its associated equipment. The power station is equipped with safety devices which would automatically shut down its operation in case of emergency, but the operators themselves can shut it down from this panel. This room is identical to the main control room, but in fact, this is the training center. With this computerized simulator, operators can obtain hands-on experience in safe operation.
The proper operation of a nuclear power station depends largely on a good management, maintenance and operating team. The DAYA Bay Operations Manager, Mr. René Vella, is an experienced nuclear engineer, assigned by Électricité de France, EDF, the French Electricity Authority, to ensure that the power station will be operated safely and efficiently.
I have 2 objectives. First, to manage, operate and maintain the station in a safe and efficient manner according to the international standards. Secondly, to train my Chinese colleagues to become fully competent operators and managers of a nuclear power station.
To achieve these aims, the Guangdong Nuclear Power Joint Venture Company has taken two important steps. First, to set up an integrated team of French, Chinese and other experts in the management and operation of the nuclear power station. Second, to adopt an intensive and vigorous training program to bring the Chinese staff up to international standards. Mr. Vela is the key figure in the integrated team. Under his supervision, there are 3 experienced EDF staff working with the Chinese operators on every shift in the main control room. The integrated team system is also being applied in other operations functions. In maintenance, in quality and safety organization, and in staff training. So far, over 50 EDF personnel, plus American and Hong Kong professionals, have been appointed to top operations, management and technical positions, working closely with Chinese experts as integrated teams. Recruitment and training of staff members for the Guangdong Nuclear Power Station began in 1987. All management, engineering staff and operators are university or polytechnic graduates with experience in fossil-fired power stations, research reactors or at other nuclear installations. The operators are trained for more than 5 years in China and France, including up to 18 months shadow training in a French nuclear power station. Under the supervision of EDF staff, extensive and specially designed programs, including language training, enable the operators to obtain all necessary knowledge and experience in the operation of a nuclear power station under normal and emergency conditions. Upon completion of their overseas training, trainees also participate in the start-up and commissioning of the DAYA Bay power station. This allows them to familiarize themselves with the station and to improve their experience. Besides the academic record and practical experience, the trainee operator's performance, behavior and accountability as a team performer are also extremely important. The operations manager has the authority to remove or replace any staff should their personal dedication to nuclear safety not be sufficient. After receiving the required nuclear safety authorization from the operations manager, operators are able to sit for the license examination by the National Nuclear Safety Administration, NNSA, the licensing authority in China for commercial nuclear power stations. The NNSA license is valid for 2 years. During this time, the operators follow a permanent, ongoing retraining program to enable them to sit for requalification station. The DAYA Bay project is one of China's largest joint ventures. The international involvement and national pride contributes to the loyalty, devotion and dedication of the operators and senior management staff to their chosen career.